Okay, guys, Jay from the 0161, and we are joined by the beautiful Mr. Rik Hunter. Rik, how you doing, brother?
Hey guys, I'm good. You?
Good. Yeah, man, good. So Rick's obviously from previously known as Agent 47. Now
Still
four,
known as Agent 47.
yes, now 4 Gen 7. You know,
Same name,
same band. Yeah, same.
just the
Yeah,
spelling that changed because it's
yeah.
like there was a dance guy, like some trap dance artist guy on like all the streaming services as Agent 47 too. We kept getting mixed up with his music, so we just spelled it differently. Just used leet speak.
So Rick, just give me a bit of a brief, summary of.
Well, this has just come to turn the phone in for the night.
Yeah, just give me. Hello. hello, Mrs. Hunter. Hello.
No, get up. Go on.
Hello, Liz Hunter. You okay?
You're right, mate. What's up? Yeah, get some sleep.
Hello, Liz Hunter.
Hand it in.
Just give us a bit of a brief history about Agent 47, 4 Gen 7, why you came about, how you came about.
So a mate of mine, Stuart, and me decided it was time to make music again. I'd been away for 3 years because that one was just born, so I've been away from music for a little while.
Yeah.
Me and Stuart decided that we were going to make some music. It originally was supposed to be some sort of like 9 Inch Nails kind of vibe with like metal hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up being completely different to how we were supposed to originally sound.
Right.
We're taking on this sound of our own. With my good friend Ed on drums and Pete on guitar for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We went through a few vocalists. Ross Baker was first vocalist. Then we went through Stay and Sean, and then it ended up basically, it was like, well, we can't keep a vocalist. I'll step in. And that's when that was born. And we got Mike on board. I've worked with Mike previously. And like, we've been friends for a very long time. So essentially formed out of friends wanting to make music, and then kept as friends wanting to make music for the last 10 years nearly.
Yeah.
So it was formed out of essentially necessity to create music, shape what we wanted to do, and kind of make our own little part of the world where we had this music that we created that was special and unique to us.
Yeah. And
it turned out we were able to carve out quite a nice sound that's kept on through all the different members, which is kind of remarkable, really. When you think about it, how much people change the sound with different members.
Yeah, absolutely.
All we've ever managed to do is augment the sound. Now we've got 5 guys. We've got 3 guitarists now, pretty much. And it sounds fucking insane.
So is 4 Gen 7 the sound now what you thought you wanted it to be when you first started out?
No, it's evolved so much better than that.
Right.
We originally started out with a kind of almost a clear goal in mind. It'd be like, we got this kind of like layered 9 Inch Nails vibe, and we do loads of like really weird metal shit on top of it. And it turned out it was nothing like we envisioned, because we got really bass heavy. Like if you saw the earlier gigs and stuff, it was really bass heavy. There wasn't really a great deal of like melodic guitars. The melody was remaining the bass, but now the melodies are mainly working towards both the guitar and the bass. It's kind of a shift in focus, which is brilliant for me, because I have to do less, which is nice. Sometimes take a back seat for a bit, but the idea is still there. We don't really sound the same as anyone else out there at the minute, and I think it's detrimental as much as it is good.
Yeah,
because you either really dig it, or it's like, it's not metalcore. Fuck off.
Well, but I think the thing about obviously you guys is obviously, you know, been knowing you for a few years now and speaking to you, you do have your like hardcore, you know, 4 Gen 7 crowd, Agent 47 crowd. Obviously, like you've spoke to me before about you've headlined, you know, people, you know, places like the Roadhouse and stuff like that in Manchester.
Yeah, the Roadhouse.
You know what I mean? It's like you've done your gigs, man, and it's like you've headlined stuff.
Can't do it now though, for some weird reason. There was this shift. So around about 2014, 2015, the sort of places to play started becoming less and less.
Yeah.
People started coming out less and less, which is really strange.
Yeah.
We've always had quite a decent crowd at gigs. To headline the Roadhouse and be playing to a packed out room
Yeah,
was
big place as well. Big place.
mental.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like we played an encore for fuck's sake.
yeah.
And then the dwindling numbers at live gigs. I mean, you know it yourself. You've promoted gigs where like 40, 50 people have shown up in a 500 cap venue and
Yeah,
everyone's been
absolutely.
through it.
I mean, Rebellion. You know, when we first started out, we were booking bands at Rebellion, and we were putting like 20 people in to a 450 cap venue. It's like, mate, what is that about?
Yeah, we've had that. I mean, I had that almost with SummerSlam last year, but it turned out that was a banking day.
It was actually, it was a fucking good day. Yeah, it was a really good day.
I think we cleared maybe 90 to 100 people that day.
Yeah, it were busy at Star and Garter, man. Fucking packed.
But with this year, with all the COVID stuff, I don't think next year that's going to happen. When I think
I know, yeah, I know.
I have to knock it. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, if you're looking at this, SummerSlam of 2021 is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Well, this will get played. This video will get played in 2021 because this will be on the January live stream.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, anyone who's watching this now, SummerSlammer 2021, get on it. It's going to be sick.
Yeah.
And I keep promoting it and stuff. It's mainly like the Agent 47 way of going.
Yeah.
Well, we don't really play many sort of like festivals and things like that. So we thought, we'll put our own all dayer on.
Yeah.
I kind of brainstormed it and I was like, I'll put my own all dayer on where we are the main fixture band for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And we have different people coming in the headline and stuff. This year we've got Footprints, and next year we've got Footprints and the Custard headlining.
Yeah.
Deus Moria playing. It's going to be awesome. And Pavadis,
Yeah.
Breaker,
Absolutely, yeah.
Sparrowhawk, these lads.
Yeah.
Steel Mage, they're playing.
Yeah, Steel Mage, yeah.
Portrayal of Ruin, Solar Shift.
Yeah.
Viral Strain, and Sanimate.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So that's the thing we're looking for.
Great lineup. Great lineup.
So yeah, that's how I sort of sound. That's how it evolved with the headlining stuff. No one really headlines anymore. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's just a case of, well, when are the people going to actually be at the gigs? Because it's really shifted. And now, I mean, first couple of gigs back, I don't know if it's going to be rammed or if people are going to still be scared to come out.
I know. I mean, we're thinking the same thing. Like we start our gigs in February. We've got Torture Demon album launch. We've got Solar Shift headlining band at Pirat for an Unearthed gig. You know, are they going to happen? No, probably not. It's too soon. It's too soon, and it's like.
But that's just an amplification of what I've been seeing over the past 5 or 6 years, and that's kind of sucky because like we went to Dry Bar. We headlined Dry Bar after playing there once, and we headlined there. It was really packed.
Yeah.
And the people that came to see us, like a lot back then, don't really necessarily come out anymore anyway, because they either had a kid over the last 5 years. Or kind of gone, I'm going to step back for a bit. And that's fine. It's fine. We want new people to come and see us all the time.
Yeah.
As with every band. But I think the important thing for us is getting a mix of bands on the bill.
Yeah.
Complement us as well as complementing them.
Yeah.
Throwing us on in the middle of a bunch of metalcore bands is just what people try and do.
It's hard, and I mean, if you look at Manchester, metalcore is a big thing now. Like all the core bands, deathcore, metalcore, it's huge here at the moment.
And it's great. It's great. Yeah. Those guys do so well. Like
Solar Shift. I mean, fucking.
Yeah, those guys doing awesome, and Clash Mute are doing awesome. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Even like the kids, like Torture Demon, Steel Mage, those lads are doing.
I mean, you look at Torture Demon, just been signed up by a massive big label as well, huge label.
Yeah.
14, 15, 16-year-old kids, you know.
It's Japanese only, that label.
Yeah, it is, but they've got like some of the biggest thrash bands in the world.
But that means they've got distribution over there, which is
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like ridiculous, isn't it?
They'll be over in Japan in a couple of years.
Oh, absolutely, easily. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's like just thinking about. Obviously, you look at yourself and stuff. I mean, obviously, you've already got kids and stuff like that, and all your rescue band members and stuff. If you have to speak for yourself and speak for them, where would you think that your biggest influence is from your perspective of picking up your bass and the rest of the guys picking up their instruments? Where would that be?
As far as picking up a bass goes, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, I got a guitar really early on. I was 5 or 6 when I got the first guitar given to me.
Yeah.
I never really asked with it. It was good, and I sort of learned a little bit. And some lessons in primary school, and I was like, "Oh, it's all right." But I heard like the way Duff McKagan plays bass, and
Yeah.
some like really sort of early sort of metal. Like my dad used to play like heavy rock and roll time, like Deep Purple and stuff like that. So I picked up the sort of bass sound on that.
Yeah.
On those things. It was like, that's really nice. And then later on, as I got to pondering it, and a big thing was the bass intro to Money by Pink Floyd. Sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was,
don't tell Dave Roberts.
like, the bass isn't just a thing that people do. The bass is a thing that people like put at the forefront, and people experiment with, and people use it in different ways. Then I got started listening to stuff like Jaco Pastorius and Weather Report, and
yeah.
like, fuck, I need to play this instrument. Like,
Yeah.
you know, my cousin played me a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And it just kind of snowballed from there. And that's been my instrument of choice for fucking way over 20 years now.
Yeah. Well, me and you spoke about before the fact that you played in covers bands, and you've done like, you know, you played like Salisbury and stuff like that. You've done gigs like that.
Yeah,
you know, back in the old days, yeah.
They were mainly jam nights, to be fair.
Yeah.
If you look on YouTube, there's actually a fair few of those Salisbury jam nights on there.
Yeah.
About 12 new keys in, try to play Crossroads.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that's really fun. Well, like for the rest of the guys, I know Dan's been a guitar player for many more years. Than he's been a drummer.
To be fair to Dan though, he's as good as, I mean, like, you know, we've all said that he's probably actually a better guitarist than what he is drummer, which is ridiculous because he's a great drummer.
I told you that.
He's a great drummer as well.
He is, but guitar's his first instrument.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And even he turns around and says, "I'm a better guitarist than I'm a drummer." So we're like, "All right, fuck it, there you go."
Yeah,
we got Neil in.
Yeah,
and Neil's a solid fucking drummer. He's a
because Neil's not here. Give us a bit of a background about Neil. Where did he come from? And
yeah, so he's from Heywood.
Right, okay.
And he's relative. I don't really think he's been on the scene like a lot, but he's played in punk bands and stuff. And he's kind of a punk guy, hip hop,
right.
Like hip hop infused style.
Yeah.
But he's a big Deftones fan, so right off the bat, like we were all like, all right, okay, cool. We like him a lot. He's a top dude. I've been recording with him over the last few weeks in the room. We've been recording drums and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's fucking solid. He's puts on a solid performance. He's getting there with the tracks. So I guess his influence is coming like sort of the punk style and hip hop style and things like that. Yeah. With Dan, it's more. I think he's kind of more the kind of groove metal sort of influences. And Mark's like me. He's kind of a new metal kid as well, and it influences. Mike's influence is straight from anywhere as well. He's an eclectic guy.
Yeah.
And he's like sort of his guitar playing, as you probably heard, is like really grounded in sort of blues rock and metal and stuff. And he's really experimental with the guitar.
Yeah.
So I think that's the core influences of the band are mainly like sort of the punk metal side of things, and definitely the groove.
Okay. Because
we like to lock into a decent groove.
Yeah.
And play in unison as a unit as much as we play separate pieces and parts. And I think on the whole, what everyone brings to the table is the fact that we all have different influences but kind of work towards the same end goal.
Yeah.
Even though we might not always kind of think that's our end goal. When we get there, it's like, holy shit, this is cool.
Yeah.
And Neil's the only person that's ever been in this band as well that I've not personally or like had a pre-existing relationship with.
Okay.
And he dropped in, bang, right in there, like I've known the guy for years.
And he's just like literally dropped in.
Pardon?
He's just dropped in, like
he's awesome.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for a better dude actually at the minute.
Yeah. So if you look at you know, the fact that you've have you got like a goal, a path of by next year you want 4 Gen 7 to go down? Have you got like what gigs you're looking at, or like a path of like festivals that you're looking to do? Or
I did have a really good goal, a really rough sort of roadmap in my head, but I mean with all this COVID stuff, it's kind of gone to shit.
Yeah.
Because we were to do a 10-year anniversary show in February, and
Right.
we're working on a record to put out. We were going to put out an EP earlier this year, and we were like, yes, we're going to go an EP.
Yeah.
And it turned out there was one track that was actually worth releasing off of that whole thing.
Right.
Not because it was bad, but because it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to.
Okay.
We didn't really have the time to go back in and fix it, so that's what we're doing now.
Right.
Backtracking that and fixing Suffer.
Yeah.
And fixing Box and working on recording Junkie, which is an awesome track, which is kind of the blues rocky sort of feel that we sort of go for every now and then. We're re-recording Grinder. We're re-recording One Bad Day.
Yeah.
Faster, more brutal.
Yeah.
In a way, the manner of speaking.
Yeah.
We're finally going to get, like, hopefully 13 on record.
Yeah.
Probably going to do an older song like Oblivion on there as well.
Yeah.
So probably going to get about 10 tracks. And TRRS is finally going to make it to a recorded format.
Yeah.
Which is, for me, that's all I ever wanted to do, is put out a substantial record that we're all proud of and get out a bit more outside of Manchester. So if we can inch out, go Liverpool, go Leeds, here and there next year, I'll be more than happy.
I mean, to be fair, you have played like Pentafest, haven't you? You've done Wales, you've done, you did do it with saw you in Wales, yeah.
We got out of Manchester a few times, got out of prison.
Yeah.
The really good one though, like Pentafest was awesome because of the lineup.
Yeah.
It was a really fun day.
And to be fair, it's a great venue. It's like McLean's is, such a unique sort of like pub stroke venue. It's
sorry about the riot.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's a really good venue, and we played in St. Helens with Deified. That was the first time I ever saw him live. Yeah. Instantly, bang! Yeah. These guys, fuck me. Those guys mean business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Getting them to headline SummerSlam, the first one last year, was an insane thing for me. I was like, putting on this all day. You want to headline it? At first, it's just like, I'm not sure if we could pull it off. I'm like, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
And that was a really strong set. And then we played with them again at Pentafest and sort of like playing with them again for you guys. And it's like, they're guys that we like to play with, we like to hang out with.
Well, I mean, obviously they headlined our last live stream event. Yeah, and they sounded fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, those guys don't fuck about.
No, they don't. No.
Like their work ethic and their sound is just fantastic. And Matt did a really good job with their album. It was all in house. Like Answer MC was all in house.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I stand by my work. I stand by my review. It just gets better.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, for Gen 7 aside, for you speaking, Noise Patrol.
Oh shit!
Yeah, just give the people a little bit of a background check on that one and what's that about and what made you think of that? What you're doing with that? What's going on?
Just got bored one day and was like, I'm going to write some riffs that are a bit filthy, and they were a bit too filthy for 47, and they're a bit too mellow to be put on like a acoustic record. And if anything, they were kind of things that probably shouldn't see the light of day.
Yeah.
But I thought, fuck it.
They're really fucking good though.
My kids were Paw Patrol, right? And one day I was thinking to myself, what if the Paw Patrol were a grind band called Gore Patrol, right? Gore Patrol. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it does.
One thing, it's like, I don't really want to write grind. So I came up with this idea where I could just put all of my sort of energy into, like, through lockdown, I'm like bouncing off the walls, I'm working, I've got stuff to do, like then the wife goes to the lab and I'm in the house by myself and I'm tinkering around my basses and stuff, guitars and stuff. And I wrote Bennett and was like, yeah.
Bennett's doing all right.
And then I wrote Fuck You Boris. And,
yeah. I'll tell you what, I can't believe you did that sober. Ridiculous, mate, honestly. That's shit you do pissed.
Oh shit, I don't drink, yeah, that's right.
I know, yeah. It's ridiculous you actually did that sober.
Bennett song.
The Bennett songs. I mean, to be fair, it is fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's so out there, it's ridiculous. It's so fucked up. But it's so good though. It is actually really fucking good.
None of that is written down anywhere either. Literally,
the way it's off your head. It's off your head. I mean, you're off your head, but that is off your head.
That, literally, I didn't even write anything. I just recorded it. That's all I did, was recorded it a bunch of times. Was like, okay, that lyric.
It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous song. Yeah.
And so much so, it's like people keep asking me to do it live, and I'm like,
well, I mean, to be fair, I think next year, I think you might have to.
I might have to.
I think you'll. I think you'll buy. People just said, get that Bennett out there live.
I've had people ask me, like, are you putting a band together for this next year? I'm like, no. Can we play? No. Maybe. I don't fucking know. But if I can remember all the riffs that I've recorded enough to write them down and revisit them. But it was just originally supposed to be like, I'm just going to release a few tunes, put an album together.
I mean, is it going to be like a one? It's going to be a one-man band, isn't it? It's like fucking.
It is. I've done everything you hear on Noise Patrol. I've produced in some way or another. So
what we are like? Obviously, you're not a slam band, but what would you see yourself as, like a one-man what band?
It's just metal. It's just music.
Metal.
At the end of the day, it's
grindcore. I don't know, whatever.
Fucked up music.
Just a one-man fucked up band.
Dildo core. I don't know.
Dildo core. Yeah, I like that.
But I mean, I released the demo of what song did I release a demo of? Happy Noodle Boy.
Yes.
On SoundCloud, which is basically, there's a comic inside of a comic inside the pages of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac called Happy Noodle Boy. It's just a stick figure, gets on his soapbox, waffles a bunch of shit. And my favorite panels of Happy Noodle Boy were the lyrics to that.
Yeah.
So that's where you get, like, you know, Silence I Am Now, Giant Peanut, stuff like that. It's just this one stick figure waffling shit in the middle of the comic.
Well, you know, it's standard fucking Noise Patrol shit, isn't it? It's just fucked up. It's Rik Hunter fucked up stuff.
It's just the recesses of my brain going.
Yeah, it's like stuff you can't do with 4th Gen 7. Like,
I have no outlet for that particular bit.
Yeah.
So the rest of it's 47, all 47 all the time.
Yeah.
But that one bit's like, wouldn't it be really weird if you wrote a song about Margaret Thatcher being the Terminator? Click, click, click.
Not really. No. Standard. Quite standard or 161 shit, isn't it? Really, you know, it's fine.
I mean, listen to some of Agent 47's lyrics, and they're politically motivated, quite not personally charged. This is just me having a laugh.
Well, just to give a bit of a roundup, obviously the COVID shit's been fucked up, like really bad. Talking like obviously the 4 Gen 7 stuff. How many gigs have you had cancelled? Have you had quite a lot, like booked up and then fucked up?
I don't think the only one I've had to postpone is Summer Slammer.
Yeah,
because what we were going to do is we were going to get the summer out of the way, do a couple of gigs.
Yeah,
but then Dan had to stop drumming because of his health issues.
Yeah.
So when Chris was filling in for him, because he had that accident, and when he came back, he's never really 100%. So we sunk him on guitar and found Neil.
Yeah.
So it was like, right, that's going to be the big new lineup reveal, and then we couldn't even get in a room together by then. So
yeah.
Put stuff back a lot. So the only gigs we've really sort of had to cancel were the ones that never really.
Do you know what? I actually remember the fact that when you were fucking rehearsing, and the actual COVID kicks in, and then the guy was like, the guy was trying to kick you out the fucking, trying to kick you out of the room. That was funny as fuck. That.
We were live.
I know, yeah, and that was so funny. That was the first thing I thought of the COVID. That was it, with you guys getting kicked out.
It was a last minute thing.
Yeah.
It was, right, let's go in the room because we're going to get locked down.
Yeah.
Put together a shitty, quick and dirty live stream. It sounded like wank. We didn't even care because
it actually sounded really good. And when we were watching it, it sounded really good.
I listened back to it. We put it together in such a rush. We didn't even have time to rehearse with Badger. We were just
yeah.
Come on, have a go. It'd be mint. We'll just do it. And the gear was so quick and dirty. We had a mixer going into a mixer going out. Going to a laptop, going through a 720. 720p webcam going over my phone. internet connection.
Yeah.
Right, we're going over 4G, and it was so quick and dirty that we didn't have time to like level off the sound or pan it out or anything. It was like, let's just do this and see what happens.
Yeah.
And so we were like we were the first.
You were for us for the 161 when we were watching you guys. And obviously, Badger was like posting shit everywhere. You were doing it, and then like the guy just fucking knocks on the door, and he was trying to kick you out. He was trying to kick you out. It was like
we were in lockdown. Boris Johnson
like
was
proper lockdown. Boris kicked in at that point. Yeah.
National lockdown as we were live streaming, knowing it was going to happen.
Yeah.
We packed up our gear. Then I sort of drove home and was like, yeah, I'm not going in the office, am I?
Yeah, exactly.
I've been working from home since, and you know what? Like, it's afforded me so much opportunity to like noodle around on my lunch break, noodle around with the guitar.
Nintendo Switch, everything. Retro gaming, everything.
Just spend a bit more time with the kids, like, because they were off for a while, and that was a bit annoying, but not that much. They're good kids. We've got really good kids. Quite lucky.
Well, just to round it up for the for the last question. What have you got booked up for next year? Not just like as obviously you booking as a promoter, obviously the SummerSlam and stuff. For Gen 7, Noise Patrol. What's coming up?
Agent 47 will record what's left of what we've got to record.
Yeah,
I've got some quick and dirty demos together with Dan.
Yeah.
Neil's got some drums down on it. Just got to sort of EQ a bits and bobs, waiting for Mike to do stuff upload because we're doing it via Dropbox and
yeah.
It's all DIY, so that should hopefully see the light of day soon enough. Can't give an exact date because permitted on time to do stuff. Noise Patrol wise, I'm still working on tweaking the rest of the record because I've had to go back and re-record some stuff that I wasn't quite happy with.
Okay.
Mainly because what I'm doing is melding three things together. So you've got an electronic layer, which is like MIDI sounds and sort of MIDI-based guitar sounds to make a really weird sort of robotic sound underneath. Things played on a real guitar.
Yeah.
Which is underneath another layer of just, which is all above drums, and the drums take a little while to get to do. I've got to kind of find the time to set up an electric kit and bash them about. And then whittle down what sounds I'm going to put on it. So expect that as soon as it's ready. I was aiming for the end of the year, but there's so many setbacks with that, with work and stuff. But it's going on. I've got a fuck ton of material written for it.
So you obviously, like I said, you got fucking loads of shit nailed down.
Gig wise,
a bit of a question. Obviously, something that close to us, and obviously we've asked you guys. The live stream stuff that is, a lot of promoters doing, us being, we're doing fucking loads of the cunts. We're doing, we're just trying to get bands out there. That's what our thing is. How do you feel about live stream gigs? Are you for them, or are you one of them bands that need a live audience? Some bands do. I mean, we've had loads of bands that say, Jay, we want to do it for you, but we need a live audience.
Yeah, I mean, bands like Footprints, they would need a live audience, really, for their performance to have the maximum effect.
Yeah,
but I think they could get away with it. Like bands like Deus Mori, they would probably need that level of energy because I've seen them and they're amazing.
Yeah,
but their whole atmosphere is like it's conducive to being in an audience.
Yeah,
I would still watch the shit out of my live stream.
But then on the other hand, do you feel as though you've got to adapt because there might be a chance next year that no one does anything next year at all?
Oh no, I'm up for live streams. I mean, did you see like sort of underground ones wise? Like if they've got good production and they're engaging, that's great.
Yeah.
But the sort of higher tier ones, it's just no better. You got like Corey Taylor did his live stream, right? Charged 11 quid for it. It was balls out, proper full performance and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad. Wasn't great. wasn't better than anything that we're doing. Aside for the production value, was a bit more money spent on it. And it's like, okay, so I'm into the live stream thing, right? Because I can sit at home, I can watch a gig at my house, which it's what we've got at the moment. We can play a gig, we can live stream it, we can do this stuff. But it's not sustainable. But the only way it's sustainable is if people are willing to put a price tag on it, and that's where it gets awkward for bands like us,
right?
Because we can put our stuff on Spotify all day long and Apple Music and things, and we'd be like, in 15 years' time, we'll go buy a Freddo, because we're not in it for money. We do it because we love playing music and because we love the people that we interact with. We can do that in a venue. People pay a couple of quid to come in. Promoter covers the costs. Great. With a live stream, I think there's less of an implication that there's any sort of financial burden on the promoter and the musicians to perform it. And that's, I think, where the main issue is at the moment, is a lot of people are finding it's not sustainable because they can't fund it.
Right. Well, I mean, obviously, I can speak as a promoter, but like booking, like, doing the live streams, how it would work would be that the fact that we would book the venue, like we'd cover the cost for the venue, so we'll pay for the venue.
Well, it's about earning that back and being able to.
To be fair, we obviously we don't care about that. It's like we care about keeping our name out there as an 0161 and making sure that you guys, like,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
But what we need to remember as a community, as people, is that that's not a bottomless pit of money.
No. We couldn't do that. We couldn't do that forever. We couldn't keep doing that forever. But we can do one or two. We can do one or two.
What we need to do for sustainability as a whole is think, right, this is actually worth something to us. Let's help keep up. So what I think what should be, what's the next evolution of it is, we say, okay, look, this shit ain't free. We're gonna have to cover some costs somewhere, and that's why everyone sets up donations and things like that, which I think is a good thing.
I mean, well, that's what we had last time. We did a full all-dayer, and we actually put donations out to the people that actually wanted to see it, and they literally within half a day they covered the cost for the venue.
Exactly, and that's all.
We were done then. That was it. We're done.
You break even, you're good. As far as I'm concerned,
and then we said, I mean, there might have been 3 or 4 people that actually funded the venue. And then we said to everyone on the day, saying, listen, if you want to donate 2 or 3 quid to each band, or whatever, 5 quid, whatever, it's hard because, we had 8 bands. So it's a lot of people to donate money to all the time.
Everyone's skin, so there's expectation there. But there's no expectation there. It's like
no, exactly. No. Like for you guys, if if we put you on, and no one donated to you because for what I mean, no one donated to anybody. You're fine because you're Manchester based. It's not like you're traveling from Birmingham, Newcastle, whatever.
We're good, yeah.
Yeah. So you're not. It don't matter to you. Some bands, obviously, a little bit tricky if you're coming from like bloody Newcastle and Edinburgh and bloody, But but then on the other hand, it's still a gig though, in front of a lot of people, potentially a lot of people.
It reaches more people. I found
thousands of people, Rick. Thousands of people we found.
When we played Rebellion for Badger for the first, for the foreshore live stream, we saw 5,000 people, right? Which is great. We sold a bunch of merch, which is awesome because that goes back into buying new merch and stuff.
Yeah.
We put some hats out. We've got 16 of them left, which is it's all right, I guess. So if anyone's watching, you go to www.4gen7.com. There's a merch section. That would be awesome if you could grab some merch. We've still got some of them.
Buy 4gen7 stuff. Yeah.
We've still got some of the fucking Sega ones left, and that's what helped us.
Do you know what? Them Sega t-shirts are amazing.
I know, right?
They're fucking amazing.
Mark just came up with that, and I was like, "That's the Dissimulator t-shirt, mate."
Yeah.
Considering the video is just, and he did that by himself, man.
Yeah,
like
that's a mate. Fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous, mate. Honestly.
All by himself.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks, bang, and it's one of the most beautiful music videos that, even if I wasn't involved in the music.
Do you know what? The thing is, we've actually had people say to us, And actually, two or three people said to me the other week saying they didn't get the video at first. However, they watched it back a couple of times and they realised how fucking good it was. And it's like, it is. We were like, mate, it's fucking amazing. It's not good, it's amazing. That's a lot of work goes into that.
Yeah, I mean, he worked his arse off on it.
Yeah, Mark worked, you can tell he grafted his arse off.
I cannot give him enough credit for it.
Oh, exactly.
He'd be watching this and he'll be like, yeah. We know you're awesome. Right?
He is awesome, isn't he? He is awesome with it.
Yeah, pretty much chain him to the radiator of the band room.
Yeah.
He's a good asset to us, man. Like,
man.
These guys, like, Dan, Mark, like, I've known them for a long time. Like, time. Like, when you consider the amount of time I've been on this earth, 7 years, I've known them for quite a long time.
Yeah. Well, it's not just a band member; it's fucking good. He's like a brother, isn't he? He's like a brother now.
Dan and Mark definitely, and Mike definitely, and Neil now he's instantly clicked. So
yeah. Is he nailed it? Has Neil nailed it? Is he fucking
solid?
Yeah.
Did you ever see us with Ed?
Yes. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Back 2011, 12.
Yeah, I got to say about 2010. I thought, yeah.
And like, way after that, like 2000, maybe 13, 14.
Yeah.
Ed is like, he's like really sort of precision. He's precise.
Yeah.
And he's fast and he's nimble.
Yeah.
And like, Dan's more sort of vocal and lyrical with his drum playing, and that's great.
Yeah.
And Neil is like a mixture of Dan and Ed. Like, he's got that punk playing style and like the laid back sort of hip hop kind of groove, but he can also be very lyrical with it. And it's like he's sort of making the songs his own now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's slotted right in there.
He's good. No, it's good. It's great, man. It's good.
I can't honestly appreciate those guys any more than I do, because
mate, honestly,
we're really lucky to have a band where it's like the core members have always been people. I know. And even when Dan was injured, like, Badger stepped in. I've known that guy fucking since year 8 in school. We've always wanted to play together. It happened. It's great. It took some shitty circumstances.
I mean, but it's Badger's best. He is he's guaranteed the best drummer in Manchester by a million miles.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't.
He can just step up, can't he? He can just step up.
I'm biased because he's been my friend for like longer than half of my life.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously too biased to be judging best drummers.
Yeah.
I'm a shit drummer myself, so.
Well, so just I mean, we're going to round it up with what gigs you got coming up next year, and obviously not just the SummerSlam and stuff or whatever you're doing. The quickest roundup. I know the quickest roundup for Gen 7 stuff. Gig wise, what are you looking to do, and give people a bit of a shout out to what's coming up and what people can look forward to, mate.
We've got your stream.
Correct. February.
That's going to be awesome.
February 27th, yep.
We've got to get into a couple of rooms together for that.
Yep.
I'm going to be doing a thing for Badger at his Metallica 40th anniversary show.
Yep.
Some members of Footprints, a member of Prometheum, and me and Neil.
Yep.
Will be playing grunge and other stuff.
Yep.
For a good 40 minutes. I'm not giving too much away. But it's like the set list is great.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's amazing.
We'll have to get together and rehearse that at some point.
Yeah.
Then we've got SummerSlam, and to be honest, we're not really booked a great deal after that because
you can't, can you? There's what people are not booking anything, are they?
Fucking cool.
Yeah, I know. Rik Hunter from Boy Gen 7 and Noise Patrol. Thank you so much for tonight, mate. Really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure to speak to you, man.
Love you, bro. Take care, man.
Bye.
See you, bro.